It is the 24th of April 2020 and we're reaching the end of the 5th week of lockdown here in the UK. So we're well into the second month now, and there is talk that we may have passed the peak of infection, and we're hearing the beginnings of suggestions of how this social distancing will begin to be relaxed when the time comes. But the overarching message that nothing will change in the near future is clear. We certainly have a while yet of keeping 2 meters apart from each other, not socialising, not leaving the house only for essential trips, and one per day. This new normal will continue for a long time yet. I have heard the analogy of a marathon run being referenced in relation to our current situation a few times now. The sense that during the first couple of weeks, it was all new. We were in uncharted territory. Maybe it was a novelty. While we all found our feet, it was different. Logistically and mentally, we had to put ourselves in the right place to get equipped for the unknown road ahead. Then maybe week 3, 4, 5, we found some semblance of routine, found some rhythm. We maybe got used to remote working, got used to socialising in a different way, using online tools and tech to help us, found ways to simulate that human contact outside the confines of our homes. A lot of parents are homeschooling right now, and maybe things started to settle down after a couple of weeks. Maybe everyone found their rhythm. 2 weeks ago I filmed a little video where I spoke of having to rigidly separate life before lockdown, not quite forgetting normal life, but actively parking it away from my immediate sightline. Living in the moment was and is key for me, as a way to manage the days, manage the hours, and to give myself a fighting chance of dealing with this and not constantly lamenting what was, or destructively, damagingly yearning for what will be again. That finish line that we all crave, the finish line that we will get to, won't just appear. It's something we are all working towards, at our own pace, in our own way. But now we're into the second month, and I've certainly got a sense that things have shifted again. They have for me. We're not built to be socially distant from each other. Life hasn't quite come to a standstill, but it has slowed dramatically and changed for all of us. Things are on hold, events postponed or cancelled. It's become frustrating, difficult, painful, and maybe sometimes seemingly impossible. I think this is all normal. These reactions are common, and I think to be expected. I think this is something that I also try to reiterate and reaffirm whenever I do these little videos. If someone watching this hears my voice, a different voice, saying what they're thinking and aligning themselves with their mindset, it might just reassure them that they're not alone and that what they're feeling in the moment is okay. There's a definite sense of collectiveness, and this is something that I've certainly clung on to in recent weeks. That sense of unity can be such a strong force for positive outlook. if you watched my video last week, you'll know that I had a difficult week. This week has been better, easier. I'm working on distraction techniques and keeping active, trying to achieve or learn or just do something every day. Make a list of small tasks and let yourself fully appreciate and live in that satisfaction when you tick it off. Distraction is so important right now. I don't think we should be apathetic. I don't think that we should not be in tune with the latest COVID-19 news and developments. We should all take an interest. This is affecting all of us and will do for some time to come. But the ubiquity of constant negative headlines, constant, quite dramatic, scary headlines, it's okay to distance yourself from that if you feel you need to. Find what works for you. Find how much you let the news in. And also think about how you receive your news. Can you trust the source? Do you want the news at the start of the day, middle of the day, end of day? Do you want to go in bed to bed informed? Try to reclaim some control on how much you let it in. And if you can, distract yourself. I still have bad days, of course I do. The troubling dreams and erratic sleep patterns mean that I do have to work most mornings to calm myself before I begin the day. Some days I succeed, some days I don't, and that again is okay. That's okay. This week I found myself in a place where I've been quite conflicted. On one hand, I'm human, and of course I want to desperately see my friends. I need to be around them. Human contact fuels me. I miss walking through a bustling high street. I miss being in the atmosphere of a convivial pub. I miss being hugged. But recent days I've been struck with something I can only liken to agoraphobia. Now, it's nothing to do with leaving the house. I'm clearly outside right now. But anything out of my immediate sphere is starting to become daunting, I think is the word. It's unknown. The idea of getting on a bus or walking into a pub or holding a conversation one-to-one, asking for directions, going back to work, raises that anxiety. And I hope it doesn't develop into an active retreat from society, from life. Living and everything involved in navigating the real world seems unknown, seems foreign to me right now. And right now, of course, it is a forced distancing. It's a forced retreat. I'm worried that it will turn into something that I feel compelled to do. Luckily, again, I've realised it. I'm talking about it. And I hope that through this recognition, in the coming days I can work on it and try to unpick it. Again, by giving it a voice, it makes it tangible, it gets it out there, and allows me to try to confront it and to work through it. And again, that's why I wanted to make another little film this week, just to say that there's no shame in struggling. And of course, there is a predisposition, if you live with depression, anxiety, or any mental health condition, that we're probably more susceptible to struggling in uncertain times, where life has quite abruptly been thrown off course. But all of our worries are valid. All of our concerns have a voice, should have a voice and a place. Don't suffer alone. Don't suffer in silence. I've been a long time mental health advocate, being very open about my experiences of living with depression and anxiety. So I will say, if you can, keep talking, keep listening, and keep being kind to each other. We will get through this. So again, stay safe, have a good week, and I'll talk to you hopefully in what I think is going to be week 6 of lockdown. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.